Well, I want to talk about the 2-year-old. I'd said in my opening, I'm so proud of the fact that we have 19 2-year-olds already that have lifetime marks right now in our midst, so to speak, which is pretty incredible. And I don't really get taken aback by much that goes on anymore. There's things that surprise me, but man, that was a shock when I got counting how many. I didn't think for sure that it was anywhere near that number. So we're going to get into the 2-year-olds right now, where they're at, what they're doing. Quick little update, absolutely for you, is coming out of the field this week. She'll start jogging and training back. We'll look to race her in the fall a little bit and see how that works out. Anchor's up. We'll stay out in the field for a little bit longer. Actually, I'm going to leave him out for another 3-4 weeks. I want to give him lots of time to grow up this cold. I think he's going to be a nice horse for us. He's bred too well not to be a nice horse for us, and he's too big right now to be. He's just such a gargantuan animal. For a horse that qualified in 2-4, he's already qualified in 2-4, and to be that big is something else. I'm very interested in how this horse turns out. Austral Hanover, talk about horses that surprised the hell out of me. The sun is really in the way. Just dumped a bunch of mail on myself. That appears to have helped, except for the mail. So Austral Hanover, just an absolute shock that he's been this good. He really is. Him and Gandalf the Black have come from the bowels of our stable, so to speak, to become horses that look very talented. Gandalf the Black just got beaten 55 the other night, and Austral Hanover's already taken a mark of 58, trotted in 57. Shocking, but in a very, very good way. Brace for Landing. We're continue to get this guy ready, as I've said and continue to say. He's just a little bit physically immature. We're going to take our time and get this guy ready properly. He's almost there. He's already been Indigo and qualified. Not quite at 100% just yet, but he's coming. He's getting there. Carter Michael Dio, a little bit closer than Brace for Landing. I wasn't super pumped with the way he trained today, but I want to get a look at this horse's blood and see what's going on. There's a very loud and ornery stud coming over in a trailer the day before with other horses. He might have been a little played out, and if that's the case, and it's just that great, if there's a few other markers jumping up, maybe his muscle count's a little higher than we'd like to see. Maybe that's what I saw today. Either way, we're going to get a handle on what's going on with him. And, I couldn't put it any more bluntly than I did in the other video. Scratched or racing, I don't care. He's got a stake season ahead of him. This horse wasn't even really supposed to be here this week, only for his break in his latest race, and subsequently his schooler also is the only reason he came over here. I saw no signs of interference or even thinking of making any breaks today, but he was a little blah and a little concerning. Mechanically, he did everything right, just a little flat. I don't even think we had a fourth gear, let alone a fifth, so I want to see what's going on with him. Cash Deals, a lot of people ask me, what happened to Cash Deals? Wasn't she in? It's my fault. I can tell you guys, she was sick her last start. We're going to give her a week off and get her back in to go. The good news is, I don't think the 2-year-old, now, don't quote me on this because I shouldn't have said this without looking first. The 2-year-old Prospect Series might be open, which might be a good staging point for her coming back into the grassroots. It's a nice filly. She's a nice, useful filly, but was sick her last start. We're going to look to get her back on track. Chocolate for Lunch will race on Monday for Debbie. Debbie's done a great job with this filly, but we do have the opportunity to move this filly into the Dwayne Marfisi stable. Now, the connection there is the breeder, Darryl Kaplan, and his partners still have some shares of the filly, and it simply said, hey, she might be a real good fit for Dewey. Dewey had the sister. Dewey is Dwayne Marfisi's nickname. Had the sister, I talked to Dewey the other day, and he said, yeah, he chuckled about me saying he's a world-class trainer. He is a world-class trainer, has been forever. A very humble man, but top-shelf trainer. And I think I certainly don't have any problems with that. And not to take anything away from Debbie, she's done a great job, but I think a move in the right direction for us. And again, I got to be careful how I say that. Certainly no disrespect to Debbie Moran. She went above and beyond. That win the other day was out of left field. I didn't see it coming, but can only happen because of the hard work that Debbie put into this filly. So kudos to her. She's done a great job. Columbus. I bite my tongue with this guy. I'm going to give him a little leeway. I'm trying to keep the sun off my face. It's bugging me. I'm going to give him a little leeway. Trot's nice. He did his work well the other day. I would disregard the times. The track was terrible, and he did not have the footwear for the track. We've since changed his footwear. I'm eager to see if he can improve. I don't know if he can, but I'm eager to see if he can, because he's now doing it right. Coupe de Ville, again, we're going to try and hide this filly away. We're going to start her in the Buckeye, her first start. Yes, I believe she is good enough to race in the Sire Stakes, but I want to keep her intact, getting stronger and confident as the year goes on, and I think this is a much smarter route for right now. And again, I told you guys, I believed, and I still believe we have 6 fillies of Sire Stake caliber. 3 of them aren't quite there. Now, High Enterprise, not her fault. She was sicker last start. I want to have a nice, easy race for her. Not to say any of these races are easy, but I would suspect that a Buckeye is easier than a Sire Stakes. It is. You know it is. So starting her there makes more sense. Coupe de Ville, going to try and hide her away from the mainstream for a little bit and get this filly, get her legs underneath her. And then also Full Heart. Disappointed with Full Heart right now. Now hopefully we're going to let her get her chance to get her groove on, get her mojo back, but that'll be up to her, and I need to see her work a little harder than she's doing. Crantini, you can't ask him to work much harder than he's been working. There's a horse that the work we put in him really paid off. A couple of those little trips to the principal's office throughout the spring probably paid off. He's turned into a very nice horse, and that's not to take anything away from the hard work James put into this horse. James and Greg Wade spent a lot of time with this guy, and it's paid off also. The horse just looks incredible with Scotty and Megan. Cunning Connie back in the grassroots on Monday, where she belongs. She raced good as you could hope. We were all hoping at 3-1. I was hoping she'd get up for first or second in the gold, but raced well. But she's a grassroots filly. We'll see how she races on Monday, I believe she's in. Cutie Cumber is close. She's getting there. We'll probably school her this week. Very happy with what I saw from her. Johnny, I believe, trained her this morning. Amy said she was good. A little flat, but by herself she can get that way. So I'm eager to see what she's going to look like in with a crew of horses. And we did change her footwear and put flip-flops on her. We'll see if that helps also. Tuesday, I'm very eager to see James go with this filly on Tuesday. Enzo Aguero, really struggling with this GGT. It really has posed a problem, and it's not coming down as quickly as we hoped. I asked the vet to brainstorm some ideas for mitigating this, because the pills that we use that have worked great on a ton of the other horses have not had the same results on Enzo, and I'm not really sure why. I don't really understand. I can't unpack those 3 letters for you, GGT. I don't know. Usually it just says, oh, that's his liver, we got to treat his liver. But there's more to it than that, and I don't really know. It's not like he has something wrong with him, but this needs to be fixed, and quickly. I don't, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I've already told John, if his blood doesn't work good, him and Carter Michael Dio will not be going to the Meadows races on Wednesday at all. So Enzo, again, got to do right by the horse. If he's not 100%, he's not 100%. And if he's not 100%, he's not racing. That's it. Fashion Presidente has been incredible. Made a break the other day. I'll give him a pass. Maybe Hunter didn't know him, doesn't know him as well as me, and I actually opted to drive Fashion Presidente over Enzo simply because Enzo is easy to drive. Fashion Presidente is not. So in this particular case, I maybe needed a little bit more on Fashion Presidente than Enzo, and as it turns out now, Enzo may not even go, so we'll see. Five Fish Species has been jogging along, getting the odd training trip into her. I said to Mario, there's no rush. Mario has her down in his barn. I said, there's no rush. Turn her, train her a little bit. She gets on a line, back off with her. We just listen to the horse. And Mario's done a great job. Listen, he did a great job with Marshall Zukov. He did a great job with More Than You Know. And I know he'll do a great job with this filly also. Full Heart, as I said, disappointed. I need to see more from this filly. I'm not going to elaborate. You guys have heard me go on and on and on about it. I just need her to do more. I need to see her do a better job on the track. That's all I need Full Heart to do. So hopefully she can put that together in short order here in the next couple of weeks. Gandalf the Black just raced tremendous. I couldn't believe Dougie left with him. Dougie knew him. I warned him the week before this horse can make breaks. So he must feel very good right now. For Doug McNair to go out of there with him the other night, Gandalf the Black must feel a lot better, and he's going to stay on him because, he knows the horse now. It's a little tricky. I was so happy to see him beat James the other night, too. I was so happy. So Gandalf is racing great. GJ's ATM, talk about a heart. That's a tough bugger right there. He warmed up pretty good the other night and raced good. He's only going to get better as the year goes on. As I said to Mr. Eaton the other night when I was speaking to him, if we aim to make a little money, we might get it all at the end of the year. Just keep this guy covered up. Don't expose him. Don't hurt him. Don't stretch him out. Don't empty him out. This is a horse for James. We could just fly James to Chicago to drive him all the time. It'd be great. I channeled my inner James last night, not moving him. But I know what this guy needs, and we're willing to provide it for him for sure. Both myself driving him if I have to. And as I said to Jim also, I said, this isn't a horse that's going to be very difficult to drive. Drive him like a 2-year-old trotter needs to be driven that can make breaks, because he can. So this sun is ridiculous now. Are you kidding me? So GJ's ATM. High Enterprise, again, just looking for a good mile from her next week. I saw her train a slow mile today. Looked very comfortable, looked very good. Can't wait to see what she's going to do next week. Very, very eager to see the best form of High Enterprise. You guys know what I feel about her. Hill Street Blues, he does what he can. This is a guy, we're probably going to race him a few times. If I don't see him get better, he's a horse that might be on the chopping block throughout the summer. There is a sale coming in August in Ohio. We may have some horses in that sale in August, and I suspect if we do, this guy might make the list. I like him. I just need him to do more, and I don't know if he can right now. Horn Player certainly looked amazing Friday. Man, I love this filly. I'm going to drive her. I'm going to drive her in the final of that pop-up series. I don't know who she's going to race against. I believe it'll be Sister Solange, but we do have leaps and bounds, and we can only race 2 in there. I'm not sending Horn Player to race in the kindergarten off of that mile. I just don't think it's fair to her. I'll think about it over the next day, 24 hours, but I'll be fair. I didn't realize the final went for that much, and if there's a path for her to go out and race there properly, then fine. I'm torn. I don't want to, but if there's a mathematical path forward for Horn Player, then maybe. Lady All-Star is back jogging. She should start training soon. I moved her over to Greg's because Greg got along really, really well with this filly and loved her. Greg is a guy who is behind the caretaking of Crantini the last month before he got to the races also, or maybe a little longer than that. And he gets along really well with Lady All-Star, so we'll see how that turns out. Really nice filly, but again, a little quirky, a little bit of a head case, but lots of talent and lots of heart. She is iron tough. Landing Pad, I wasn't sold. I was a little bit mad this morning. I wasn't sold on racing him on Monday, and James and Dominic collaborated, talked about it, decided they'd put him in, and then James picked off him. That's almost suplex grounds right there. You can... There was almost an assault. So now Jody's driving Landing Pad, doesn't know the horse very well. Landing Pad, 2-3, I just don't think it was enough. I would have rather go 59 2 minutes with him and then put him in, but you know what? He's in now, so hopefully he gets around. Hopefully he trots and does his work well. We'll see on Monday evening. Landing Strip looked really good. 2 minutes, last quarter in 29, 28 apiece. Last half, 58 apiece. Another qualifier for him, and then we'll see what we're doing with Landing Strip. Leaps and Bounds. I think she's going to head to Kentucky. I think we're going to forego the rest of the Pennsylvania series. She fits the C and B division. I want to be very careful with this filly. I think we're sitting on a filly that could be nice, but is easily stretched out, and I think it's up to us to be the stewards for her and take good care of her, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do over the next month or two. Magical Tom, nice horse, doing his work. He's a Buckeye horse, so we'll see him in Bucyrus, all 3 or maybe 4 of them in Bucyrus next start. Merchant Man is back training now. I haven't seen Merchant Man train, but I've heard he's training good, so maybe I'll ask James to go the next week and get a little more in-depth update. Mo Power Baby made a break in her first start in Indiana. That's okay, not a problem. I know that Ross Leonard wanted to make some changes, shoeing, and did some vet work on her, and he was very, very happy with what he saw. So I trust Ross. He's done a great job for us. Can't wait to see her race in her next start. More Than You Know was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible in his last qualifier. I can't wait to see this horse race this year. My 1%, just getting some time off to grow up. He was a little frail. There's nothing wrong with that. We're going to let the horse grow up and bring him back in another month or so. Nothing but a dreamer. Let's call that break an anomaly, because it was. He hadn't made any breaks for the most part, and I suspect it is an anomaly, and he'll bounce back very, very strong from it. He'll school Tuesday at Mohawk. Oh my gosh, his training now at Northfield Park. I'm going to defer any judgment until we get a couple of hard weeks of hard training into this guy. Then I want to see what he's like. I wasn't super impressed with him last week, but beautiful gait, looks beautiful on the track. Just need to see more output. So we'll see what a couple of hard heavy lifting weeks for him look like. Old Czech kind of got jammed up the other day and did all the work he could. Went a mile in 56, I think, but the week before paced 55. I think he's going to be a nice little grassroots prospect type horse for us all year long. Outlaw Jesse James back jogging now with Harry in Harry's barn. Real Fear, race better than his line alludes to in the fair. He's going to race Monday night at Northfield Park. And now I think we're getting very close to having him back on track. Rito Legacy is coming back this week. We'll start back jogging her. Rosita's Dream, you can never tell, right? He's such a little mongrel training down also. Make breaks all the time and just do everything wrong. Then we get to the races, he sees the grandstand, it's showtime, and he did his work perfectly the other night. A winner in first asking in state competition in Illinois. Very proud of this horse. Silent Assassin qualified today and looked good qualifying. Very happy. Ray Fisher. Ryan, if you're watching videos, you're the devil. I literally just was about to say your name and you popped something, a message come through from Ryan Swift. Ryan Swift doing a great job with our horses again, her and Ray. We'll take over caretaking of Silent Assassin. We'll see what happens with her in Batavia. Sipping on My Shine is out. We'll stay out for a little bit. Sir Strong trained good today, I'm told. He's very close. Probably school him on Tuesday. Yes, we will. Sister Solange has just done exactly what I wanted her to do. Incrementally get better and better and better and better. Who knows what this filly will look like at the end of the year. She has looked sensational her last two starts. Smoking Hot Irish Girl, you're going to see a very strong, very quick filly next Sunday in the Sire Stakes. I'm making a prediction right now. Spitfire Overseas, talk about strong and quick. 55-4 off qualifier and 2-2. Pretty good, I think. Very impressed with this horse of late. Swinging Senorita, talk about impressive horses, man. Isn't she coming in hot for next Sunday? Just amazing filly. Tactical Mounds is very close. They said she trained good today, so that's good. Tailgate Buzz was sensational again. 56-2 this week at the Meadows. He's in the Stallion Series. Going to give him a little softer competition his first start out. Victor Cruz is going into the Buckeye on Monday. Raced great in Marion. Looked fantastic. Warwi Yuri, very close to qualifying. I told everybody next week, but I told Mario also, take your time. There's no rush. He said, okay, give me another 2 weeks. Very smart. What a Mission was very good in his next generation race. Couldn't ask any more from that horse. He was awesome. Whispering Song is in Wednesday. Pay attention. She's scratched. That was an error on Jason and mine's part. She'll be scratched, judges. We'll get fined $100 for it, but she'll be just fine. And race on Sunday. We'll train her up this week. It's too close. Wednesday back Sunday. That was an error, simply put. That was Whispering Song, and wouldn't it be nice? Is coming back in from the field. Didn't get back in. They said she lost her halter and they couldn't catch her. That happens. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm at the border. You could tell I was rushing a little bit. I'm literally pulling in to the Nexus line right now, and I am almost home. So with that, I will talk to you all very soon. Have a good day and take care.